I can't take it anymore. It is just too much for me to handle. I swear on Hatsume Miku, the next time I try to do anything and I have to see another... No, let me calm down. It is far too early for me to be acting like this. So I think we all know that the world right now is just currently cooked. I don't need to explain that, but I just want to talk about some things that I have been seeing so much, and it's annoying me a lot. And that is being the rise of AI, gambling, and just reselling. So let me start with the least surprising one of them all, and that is just being the infestation of gambling. Right now, this is everywhere. But this isn't surprising that we have reached this point. Companies have been trying to normalize gambling for years, but every single time when they try to do it, it will get stopped immediately. The first rise of this that I ended up seeing was in the whole video game space. Back then, so many games were trying to have loot boxes inside of them, which people in that space rightfully ended up calling them out to just be gambling and slot machines. And the backlash of these things were so big that some governments even ended up passing laws to stop them and banned gaming companies from putting them inside of games. That is the whole reason why this whole model, you don't see it anymore anyway. And everyone back then, we all pat our back and we thought we stopped the problem before it even started. But then two very important events ended up happening. One, during the year of 2020, a funny small game ended up coming out called Genshin Impact, which ended up becoming very popular and just normalized gambling throughout video games and made all the hard work that people did to push back against this relevant in like the spans of seconds. Now we got a bunch of people just spending their life savings so they can go and roll for a ugly character. Like, bro, if you are going to spend all your money to get one of these characters, I mean, at least have them be attractive. I mean, look at these uggos. Come on, bro. If they were a little bit attractive like this, you know, then we'll be talking. Then, I can completely understand. I mean, look at this beauty. The second big event is that suddenly out of nowhere, the Supreme Court's decided to get rid of laws that ban companies from marketing and gambling, and just gambling restrictions that they ended up having because the world governments hates their citizens and want to see this to suffer. And this was back then when a place like the US actually had aura and people used to follow everything that they do. So when they saw them do it, I guess this just gave the okay for other countries around the world to do the same thing. And with those three push, companies ended up doing the rest of the work of slowly normalizing it and making it mainstream. Now we have reached a point where it is too late, it has been normalized, and then finally people want to complain about it. It's crazy because stuff like this end up happening all the time. Gambling is so normal that there is a chance for you to go outside and you could just see someone gambling in public like this is a normal everyday thing. If you ended up doing this back then where you're just, I don't know, anywhere and you're just mindlessly like doing slots, people will think you lost your mind. You may even get arrested and like sent inside of Arkham Asylum or some crap. But now you can just walk around like it's normal. We have tons of celebrities and influencers who are just taking sponsorships from these companies, promoting gambling all over the place. And sports, that's really all I need to say. I'm pretty sure you know how terrible it is over there. And gaming is also just ruined. People do not realize how huge gacha games are. You need to understand the modern gaming market is basically being carried by two things. That is Roblox, which is unbelievably massive. And then the second one ended up being gacha games, where you have millions of people logging in every day, and a lot of people in this space are playing multiple ones at the same time. How do you people have time for this? Even people who participate in these things daily do not understand how massive it is, which actually isn't really that crazy. A lot of these gacha games don't really have that much cultural relevance. Like, when was the last time you ended up seeing a big meme from like a gacha character or game or just something from one of these IPs that left its community and ended up going to like the broad internet. That is something that you rarely see. This is why so much companies are trying to make their own gacha game, because they want a piece of this pie. Actually, there are so much of them coming out that they are just full on copying character designs from other games, straight up stealing mechanics from other games, like how this one is just a poor imitation of Warframe, which is crazy because the source material that you're copying from is trash. So of course this is super trash, and the names are just getting dumber. I am horrified to see the amount of damage that something this terrible being normalized and showed all over the place is going to cause to people, because we already know gambling is dangerous, so it can't be right. Because someone like me, I'm not really affected by these things, and it's not because I am a awesome alpha male and sigma female at the same time. Yes, I am both. When you're someone that's transcended as me, you learn that gender is just a concept that only puny people below me follows. No, I can avoid all these tactics because I have played these games before, so I know when a company is trying to do something predatory. The average person isn't as chronically online and isn't a loser as me. They cannot avoid or dodge these tactics, so they are going to fall for it, and their brain is just going to be fried. The rise of scalping is unironically one of the reasons why, if you actually believe there's going to be a system in the Western world that's going to benefit and support everyone, you are dumb. That is never going to happen for two reasons. One is being racism. Every single political ideology that has influence is very racist. So once the people who believe in them ended up learning that supporting everyone also means black people and not just white people, they're going to do everything in their power to sabotage and destroy that system. It makes everyone's lives worse, including theirs. This is something that has happened multiple times. You are living in a world where this happens. And two, all of you people are so selfish that you are never going to come together in the first place. What scalping basically is a bunch of broke people fighting other broke people, so some of them can make a little bit more money while the company who is ruining the product and artificially making a tiny amount is the only one profiting, because they make more money of you fighting like a caged animal than them actually making enough so everyone can get one. They actually want you to fight and scalp their items. Why else do you think we are seeing a rise of all of these resale platforms and them being pushed everywhere worldwide? We know that these platforms are going to be used so you can go and sell products you aren't using. They're going to be used for scalping, and these companies want you to do that, and you are going to do that because you're greedy. They're going to make millions, and we're just going to keep on getting screwed over. It's going to be impossible for us to do any hobby. I want to make this section very quick because everyone and their mom ended up talking about how terrible AI is, and I don't really have that much new things to add, and also the gambling section ended up taking up way more time than I expected. I wanted this video to be under 10 minutes long, and it looks like I may have failed. But I am just so tired of AI being forced into everything. We know that every mainstream browser that exists is just ruined. They all have AI integration. Even smaller browsers like Brave, I always feel like I'm saying that name wrong, even they ended up having AI integration. The second one is crazy because the whole marketing point of this browser is that it's eco-friendly, and they decided to endorse and add AI, which their data centers is probably one of the most dangerous things to ever happen to the climate in modern times. Talking about data centers, I just want to bring something up that I think is hilarious. That they have been tons of people complaining about the dangers of data centers for years. Most of those people being in black communities, because that is where the majority of the first data centers ended up being built and how they were poisoned and polluted those towns. But all you people just ended up ignoring them. I even saw some comments of people saying that the data center being built near their community is sealing their water is actually a good thing. But when this same thing ended up happening to one of the most marketable white women of all time, who literally looks like she was built in a Hollywood lab, now suddenly out of nowhere, all you people want to be climate warriors. And now we need to make videos talking about it. I am sick. I'm sick of you people. I hate you. Every single one of you. The AI integration that has affected me the most is that every single application that I need to use to make these YouTube videos now have newer versions with forced AI integrations, and all of them suck. Audacity is like the one that has been annoying me the most because they have so much meaningless AI options that I don't use because they're all trash. All they do is allow you to fix problems that I was already doing just fine by myself, but since all these AI integrations are forced on you 24/7, all it does is bloat the space of the application and make it run significantly worse. Sometimes when I'm trying to record my video, my PC will start slowing down because Audacity is open. I have a decently powerful PC, and this is a problem that I never had to deal with all the years that I ended up using this application. And every single editing software and so much of the other ones have this exact same problem. I'm also rising into a growing problem where sometimes some part of my video or audio will be corrupted. Like the digital circuits video that I was working on now got infinitely delayed because for no reason the audio of that ended up being corrupted because of some stupid AI integration, and now all of the work that I have done on that video has been just gone, deleted. I literally lost hours of my life because of AI. I hate it. Man, I just needed to get that off of my chest. That felt good. Thank you for hearing me listen to that. The next video is actually going to be something great. Goodbye.